Have you ever had to manage difficult personalities with clients, and how do you usually overcome that without pulling your hair out?
Never. I've never had a difficult client in my life. No, you get every the thing with the audio industry, and this is everybody, the audio industry and musicians are very unique people. There's a reason we all do audio, and we're not wired in the same way as people who want to do a 9 to 5, and we're not.
Yeah.
We're very, very different. We're creatives, and our brains work very, very differently. So you get very, very unique people. And I'm choosing my words right there by saying unique. And like there's some people who just are, they can have just a really weird expectation of what you can physically do, and it's like, you're not a magician. It's physically not possible. Your expectation is physically not possible based on what you're supplying. I mean, I've had people before who have said to me, "Why did you not tell me my song was rubbish?" It's like, it's not my job to tell you your song's rubbish. It's subjective. What I think's rubbish, you might think's brilliant. It's not my job to tell you that. If the people that you are showing your song to prior to sending it to me are blowing smoke up your that's the people that are supposed to be telling you, that your closest people to you, they're the people that are supposed to be telling you whether your song's rubbish or not. It's so subjective, music, in the sense that what I like isn't necessarily what you like. There are difficult people, and as you progress, you'll learn how to deal with certain difficult people. There's certain people. I had a client who was halfway through a project and he decided to go on holiday, and then tell us that it was our fault that he wasn't getting back to us quick enough. And it was just like, you're in another country, in another time zone now. This is you are the reason that the revisions aren't being done quickly, because you're physically 8 hours behind us, and when you send your revisions, we're asleep. Like, it's that time zone was, it's and trying to get people to understand, and it's kind of like, just trying to speak to people on a kind of level that they'll understand it. And sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get what you're talking about now. I understand this. But sometimes they just, no, I'm right. And we live in a very weird world now, where especially doing online services as well. It's every it's not like there's no kind of, sometimes not any face to face with people. So and it's very hard as well. Sometimes it's getting, if you're just talking to someone through an email, for instance, portraying, getting what you want over to them without them feeling that maybe you're being, I don't know, passive aggressive or just being, getting your point across, but not in the right way, and that being that being actually read in the right way when it's delivered to them, and them taking it the right way. It's all things that you learn, and don't expect to learn it all in the first year or so. It's something that will take some time.
Yeah, it's something that I find, and it's not that I have too many challenges with it, but times where you need to, if I'm doing a mastering job and I need to return to the mix, or I feel that way, like trying to find a way to broach that with someone who may be set, because they may have mixed it themselves and it's a sensitive topic. It's like for dance music where I might need the kick isolated, and, sometimes I find over texts, egos can be brushed the wrong way, and that's kind of where I found pick up the phone. I've managed to get away with most of my points. Talking
of egos, that's one thing where you say there egos could be brushed. With regards to that, is you often there might be something that's wrong with the mix, but and you're doing the mastering of it. They don't want to know that you have an opinion on their mix, and they don't want to know. So it's a very difficult situation there where, and it is subjective and opinionated in some ways. And yeah, I've found that, you know, when we first started doing things, people didn't want to know. They don't want your opinion on how loud the snare should be, kind of thing. And that's why I have this mix evaluation service where if you want us to evaluate it before it comes to us, submit it. I'll listen to it. I'll tell you what I think, because then you know you actually want me to tell you what I actually think. Whereas if it's just a song that comes through, you know, I will only kind of highlight something if it's a fundamental error with the mix that has to be changed. Or if they say to me, have a listen to it beforehand. If there's anything you feel needs changing, let me know. Because people don't want to know.
Yeah, no, that's clever. Mix evaluation, sort of including that is a kind of a good idea, you know, as pre-production, you know, before you start getting to work.
Yeah.
That's a good way to kind of deal with that before you brush them up the wrong way halfway through the master.
That's it.